I'll probably jot down what our current, like, stats are so we don't accidentally have equipment that we can't put on or anything like that. I think that the only thing that we've actually put into is, the only things that we've actually put into, though, are strength, dexterity, vigor, endurance, vitality. Like, I don't think that we've gone down into adaptability. Oh, adaptability we actually had a lot of. But intelligence and faith, I don't think that we put any into. Yeah, I'll see you guys at the old lady is just through this door, but I'm going to jot down some stats. Alright, let's move in.
Still determined as ever, I see. Do you wish to...
I suppose we could do some talking, but I'm here to reallocate points. Yes, give Soul Vessel. Alright, cool. So we'll, yeah, we haven't put anything into Intelligence, Faith, or Attunement. Cool. Oh. Oh, cool. So we can actually go ahead and, like, change all of it right now. Before we even use the Soul Vessel. That's very generous. I was expecting to be reset to level 1. Before ever being given a confirmation dialogue. So I'm looking for one thing in particular, which is breakpoints. So right there, did you see that? How right there we're getting 1.5 between 28 and 29, and then going up to 30, we only get 1. We don't get 1.5, right? Those are important. So the breakpoint for vitality is between 29 and 30. No, we probably do want 29 on that, actually. So the similar things might be happening with endurance. And how much stamina we're getting, right? So we see we're 98, 100, 102. We're getting 2 points per point. Up until 21. So between 20 and 21 is the breakpoint for endurance. Might be something similar for strength. So like we don't want to be at 807 health, but we also probably don't want 26 in. So we're getting 30 per point here. Still 30 per point. 30 per point to 20. 21 we only get 20. So that's like a big difference, right? We're only getting 2/3 of a level for that level between 20 and 21. Vitality and equip load, right? That brought us to 29. It's like that's like like it's probably true that we want 29 in vitality. The question is whether we want that right now, if we have enough points to have everything else that we want. And I think I'm cool with like so adaptability. We're getting this for agility, right? Agility is the big thing that we're getting out of this. So 86. We're also getting poise. I guess we're getting kind of a lot of poise out of that. Okay, so we need 2 points in order to get 1 agility. 1 point, 1 point, 2 points. 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 So 40. But effectively you can get all of the agility you could ever want by 37. Which would only leave me 17 points, so I don't actually want all of those in adaptability. I'm gonna leave this down at like 20 right now, in fact. But we at least want to get it, like, the agility, so we either want 18 or we want to go past this 2 point and then get the other 2 plus 1s. So we'll leave it at 22. I think that'll be fine. We'll still be able to go up to 40 on strength and stockpile some points into dexterity as well. Get that up to 21 even. which, yeah, like I said, I want to be dual wielding some stuff. I think that there's a lot of fun stuff if we go up to higher dexterities, but almost nothing if we don't. So, effectively, we're lowering our stamina just a little bit, our vigor pretty substantially, and getting a lot of equip load increase, getting some dexterity, losing some adaptability, which isn't too bad. And we should remember that we want to get like 4 points in there. So 2 points and then 2 1-point drops would be like the ideal thing to do there. Getting 1 point won't get us any more agility on adaptability. Cool.
Now, go along on a journey without rest.
Well, that's always unsettling. Travel to Majula because the load screen is quicker than running through the tutorial, though, probably by quite a bit. It's probably half as long. And heck, you know what? I'm probably going to be dropping points either into strength or into dexterity. There are breakpoints on strength and dexterity too. I believe they're 40. Where if you're getting more than 40 strength, it should be for an equipment requirement. But you don't get as good of scaling out of like the A and S scaling at increasing from 30 to 31 as compared to, or sorry, 40 to 41 as compared to 39 to 40. And you can go back and confirm that number by looking at the numbers as I'm dialing those points into strength if you want. They should go up the same amount, but I think 40 to 41 you get a decreased amount.
Bearer of until
anyhow, so what I'm going to be doing is I'm probably either going to level this into dexterity or 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So 2 levels, 1, 1, right? So I might drop it all into adaptability or dexterity, but the way that I'm going to make that decision is by seeing what items I will get two-handed bonuses by increasing my dexterity by 4, right? Or not two-handed bonuses, dual-wielding bonuses. So if that sounds interesting to you, keep watching. If not, I'll have some stat points in the next video. It's not a big deal if you don't know exactly where they went, and I will see you then. Either way, I'm cool with that, but I'll just, that way if you like it, you can watch it, and if you don't have to. So, let's check out equipment, right? So what we're looking at is like different classes of weapon that we could two-hand if we had more dexterity. So, like, all of these are actually pretty low on requirements. We already have twice the requirement for a lot of these. If it's at 15 dexterity requirement, well, heck, actually, for that particular example, we don't have the intelligence, so it doesn't matter. What we're looking for is power stancing, right? The Strangleake Sword, I believe we already can, right? So 12.5 plus 25 is good. Mastodon Greatsword, we need another 5 for. How about this Zweihander? It requires 24 and 12. So we could actually dual wield the Zweihander and something else and be able to power stance. So let's go ahead and take a look, right? What can we put with it? A Black Knight Ultra Greatsword's actually pretty close. No, we'd need a lot more dexterity for that. So Zweihander we actually got at 18. Black Knight Ultra Greatsword, we'd need substantially more in both, really. I think Ultra Greatswords in general are going to be a little bit too beefy on the strength. Greatswords, this would actually cross over at 42. Minimally, we can dual wield Zweihanders and just check out the moveset. to get our stamina back. So those were all the right trigger swings and right bumper swings. This is the left bumper swing. You can see we can do 2 of those before running out of stamina. And that doesn't actually combo into anything, it just crushes super hard. Mind you, would want to have 2 gussied up Zweihanders in order to do that. And have it be super effective. Mailbreaker, cards, rapier, hand axe, Gurmax. Do we have anything that would go with the Gurmax? So the Gurmax is just an axe class, actually. This one would work just fine. Nope, actually there's, I did some math wrong there. 18 and 12, so that one's definitely fine. Oh, this one here, we need to go up to that 42 point on strength. Which would also allow us to, there's something else that was at 42. Black Knight Greatsword is also there. Boy, need 30 on strength. Oh, the Greatsword. So, Greatsword's at 42. What else has an 18 requirement in strength? Or 28 requirement in strength, rather. The Gurm Axe, which does have B scaling in strength, which is pretty nice. Club has A scaling. It's Arch Drake Mace. Which is a great hammer, actually. The Great Club also, though the large club works, and it has better strength scaling. So that we actually should be able to do already. The Arch Drake Mace. Nope. Nope, what did we miss there? Oh, the dexterity on this one, 16, so we'd need 8, so we'd need 24. So we need another 3 points in dexterity for that one. So, +2 strength. I'm actually going to jot some of this down. +2 strength. We'd be able to dual wield 28 strength weapons, which there's quite a few of. This Archdrake Mace, we'd need a little bit more dexterity. It's like 16, like 16 actually seems like it might be reasonable. So up to 24. So what 16 requirement things are there for dexterity? Because I feel like that's actually a pretty common one. Oh. Oh my. Hello, old friend. The Mastodon halberd, you say? 26 and 15 there. It is a halberd class. So that one we only need, what, another 1 in dexterity? Yeah. Yeah. And then meanwhile, at 16, we've kind of got a lot of different lance things that we could do. Alright, we're getting down into stuff we don't care too much about, actually. Down there. We can already dual wield great scythes, actually. If my math is not off. So there's the normal moveset. And here's the, oh man, that's... I feel like a praying mantis using that skill set. Those are awesome. Totally worth it. Totally worth it. I want one more to get that Fire Mastodon halberd. Pretty bad. These would actually work right now, though. Right? So that's 21 exactly on the nose. That's lower. Nope, that's not currently in power stance. There we go. Actually, looks a little familiar, doesn't it? The dual-wielding halberd. And I suppose that there's also the, like, running attacks. That one seems very much the same as that. And then out of a roll. I bet that one's the same as well. Yeah, okay, so movement-based attacks don't seem to be any different. Or nowhere near being able to do that for any twin blade, really. The Haid Lance, though. Do we have any other lances at all? No, we don't. I actually don't know the Haid Lance's moveset, period. I'm actually kind of just curious. So it pokes. And it charging pokes. And it really charging pokes when you run. Also out of dodges, that's what it does. Though not rolls, so like it's got a different attack after dodging back than it does if you roll forward and then attack. Interesting. What if you two-hand it? Oh, that was me holding the button. Well, that looks familiar. You kind of trip at the end, really? I guess if you miss, there's punishment, is what that means. And out of a sprint, two-handed is the same. Okay, so lances seem kind of boring. They just thrust, period. I can't power stance it because I don't have another one. Though maybe we can actually use a different thrust weapon like the spear there. The pike. That we don't have the strength for, or dexterity for, rather. Which is actually true of all of these. They're all 2 away. So I think actually let me check here. This whole Dark Scythe plus Halberd. Oh right, that's a two-handed attack. It's also the coolest, but you can still two-hand your right-hand weapon out of power stancing. You just can't dual-wield the left-hand weapon anymore. I don't know if that moveset is really worth it, though. It's cool. It's really cool, but I don't know how effective it's gonna be. It seems like it's got a long range at the very least. Can't take anything away from the range on that attack. But I think it's mostly just a little goofy looking. Oh, I totally did the math on that wrong. We need 42 strength on that, right? Is that true for anything else? That 28 strength mark, that's not super uncommon, I don't think. Great Club is there. I really kind of want to dual wield these great hammers, though. It's weird to me that the Gurm axe is not actually a great axe. It's just an axe. Like, it's huge, but it's not a great axe. The Bandit great axe we could dual wield, though the Crescent axe we've already got enough for. And the Dragon Slayer's Crescent axe. That's familiar. That's also drastically different ranges. What if we switch the sides of those? Because I could definitely see the Dragon Slayer's Crescent Axe having a different moveset than the crescent axe. No, were those the sides we already had? No. Okay. Same dual wield animations. Dual Zweihanders almost seems awesome enough. And I think that we can still do actually some cross things here. So like, there's these down here. We should definitely just throw them on because we can. Okay, so what about dual wielding daggers? That's awesome. That's also pretty awesome. What about dual wielding short swords? Yeah, that last one's the strong attack. What about dual wielding long swords? We can do that. We got like all the stats in the world. Very familiar attacks. Slightly longer range because the sword is slightly longer. Broadswords. Not going to be too surprised if it's exactly the same. But it takes almost no time at all. Bastard swords. An old friend. So this is also just like the great sword. Yeah. It's got authority. So does that take like twice as much stamina as swinging one-handed? About. That's probably at least twice as much as one-handed strong attack. But sometimes, you know, you need to seize the opportunity with both hands, literally, and kill people super hard. Smashed on Greatsword would be the same. Ultra Greatswords seem to be pretty much exactly the same as Greatswords. And in fact, I think you can dual wield Greatswords and Ultra Greatswords together. So we could even, you know, that was actually it, but we could have even had our two early game weapons together at last. Would have been a fun time. Like, I'm surprised that the axes are exactly the same as the scythes, because it's such a goofy attack animation. Oh no, actually those are different. Whoa. That's cool. Which is weird, because that's the same weapon class. Oh no, the Crescent Axe. No, I didn't have the Crescent Axe. I had the Dragon Slayer's Crescent Axe. But these two were actually yielding... Not those two. Did I have the Crescent Axe in there? No, I can't even... Yeah, I can. Okay, so that was using the Great Axe dual wield set, I think. Most likely, when we had the Bandit Axe. Or when I had these two together. But those are actually a Great Axe and an Axe. What about just clubs? Club and a hammer. And the strong attack. So very similar to axes. Are hammer class weapons. I wish we had another large club. I'm tempted to go up to 42 strength, just to see these two together. I guess it seems plausible that maybe, I can... Okay, that's awesome. So I don't actually need two great hammers. But if you were actually using this moveset, you would, because that axe is not hitting anything. Or sorry, the mace is not hitting anything, rather. This silver black spear. So 16 plus 8 would be 4. There's a black knight halberd as well, but it's just got so much of a dexterity requirement. Alright, well, upon seeing the halberd's moveset when dual wielding, I don't think that it's worth the extra strength points that we're not going to get very good scaling out of in order to upgrade the Fire Mastodon halberd. Or upgrade our strength by 2 to dual wield, or sorry, power stance the Fire Mastodon halberd. And I'm not seeing it opening many doors to pop another couple into dexterity. Indeed, I halfway regret having as many points in dexterity as we do have. I thought it was fun, but... And getting to see these in action together was totally worth it. Totally worth the cost of admission. But I could drop those out fairly easily. Is this also technically a halberd? Oh, right, I don't have the dexterity requirement there. But I've already gotten to see the halberd dual wield animation. So yeah, I'm thinking about actually dropping some more points out of dexterity and probably putting them into either I mean, well, our equip load is actually bumping now. We got a ton of that because we just put it to the point where it's where we don't see diminishing returns. So, like, yeah, we're at 55 right here. Like, we would want heavier armor if we could get it. And we could, like, even swap these out for some rings that give us better defense, actually. Probably not the second dragon ring, though. So we've got, like, all the equip burden in the world. This is, like, the only weapon we don't have the strength requirement for. Mace of the Insolent. Can use miracles and hexes on its strong attack. That's pretty freaking cool. But yeah, it's the question of, like, I mean, like, we have so many soul vessels. We're not actually worried about using another one of those, even. We'll have another 2 left over. And I think that it might be a decent idea to just drop it to the requirement for this, which is 15. I mean, there might be a couple of weapons that we've turned to in times of need that we'd lose access to. The Mastodon Greatsword, one person expressed extreme joy at using it, which I definitely appreciate. Where is it? Why can't I find that thing for the life of me? It just doesn't look the way that I expect it to look or something. There it is. But I don't really know that it's better than the halberd. I've gotten used to the halberd. The only downside of it really is that when people are in too close, you don't hit them with the blade and you don't deal much damage. But yeah, it doesn't have a higher strength requirement than what we've got at all. We actually could, like, we haven't in the past had the dexterity to equip this, though. Oh, we still don't? Oh, gotcha, yeah, that's right, the Faith. I've forgotten about that for a long time now. The Drang Lake Sword, though, we haven't. I think it's got a perfectly normal moveset, though. It's just a great sword. Oh wait, that thrusting attack is actually cool. Yeah, so that's what most great swords have. The Drang Lake Sword's thrusting is actually very cool. Not worth dropping the Twinkling Titanite on upgrading it, though. Alright. Well, end of the day, I like my Fire Mastodon Halberd quite a lot. Gonna stick with it. And I think I'm gonna go pull more points out of Dexterity. And basically put them into... What am I gonna put them into? Drop another 4 into there reasonably, but that's not actually gonna be where the rest of the dexterity goes. You know what? Let's just do that. We'll hold on to the dexterity. We can have 21 dexterity. It's not the end of the world. Would really be bumping into some pretty like questionable decisions of increasing our equip load even further, even though we can equip some great armor very comfortably, or yeah, doing other stuff. So let's just have dexterity. What fringe benefits are we getting from dexterity as well? So I guess nothing much. A little bit of physical defense, a little bit of HP. Let's go with the adaptability though. Yeah. Future points. I don't even know. I don't even know where to be putting them. In all honesty. Let's confirm that though. What's the scale, dex scaling on this? No. Emerald Herald, go away. No dexterity scaling on that at all. I guess we could increase our dexterity a ton and go for a cestus, or cestus build, rather. I don't know if we ever bought them, but they're actually available in the Cardinal Tower. The punching weapons. I actually might go there. I don't know if it's called Cardinal Tower, but it's very early on. Yeah, Cardinal Tower. Wow, nailed it. We're gonna grab them because I'm sure that we can power stance them, and they actually have amazing scaling and strength and dexterity that I'm curious to see. I'm curious to see how much damage they actually end up doing. Just 2, thank you. Don't think we want anything else from her. This is actually a pretty good item to just have around in case you wanna... it has an effect on it, raises item discovery. None of the other ones do. But, it's reasonable to get better drops, more drops. Alright, don't need anything else there. And head back to Majula. Why head back to Majula? Not entirely sure. All I want to do is equip the cestuses and punch things. I guess because the Cardinal Tower creeps me out. It's a creepy place. I'd rather practice my punching in Majula. Alright, yeah, A and B scaling in strength and dexterity already. So right off the bat, we're pretty big fans here. Alright. See, we're getting plus 144 damage. And if we dual wield, tear it up. Punching so hard. People wish we didn't punch so hard. Double haymaker, triple haymaker. Oh yeah, that's all just one pull of the trigger. You're locked into that whole combo. Can you actually... Oh, you can control yourself while you do it though. To a certain extent. Pretty well, actually. Like, you've got some versatility there. These you can't move between attacks. Regardless. Pretty cool. Does a surprising Like, I mean, A, that hasn't been upgraded at all. That it's doing 290 damage. And quickly. Very quickly. But of course, no range. Probably not good. Probably actually surprisingly doable in PvP. Probably really bad in PvE, though. I remember, yeah, this one here also raises stamina recovery. See, it's lighter than the shield that we could have bought that one time or whatever. And I think it's got better resistances as well. Solid shield. Alright. As we expected, by the way, you can dual wield great shields and smash them into people. Few people know this. Alright, end of the day, of course we're sticking with the equipment that we've dropped our souls into. Let's see if we can't reinforce the halberd at all. Oh yeah, we actually could. Bring it up to +8 for 3 chunks. I'm down with it. Let's do it. And we could drop a slab into it. You know what? I'm invested. Do it. Slab it. Mastodon halberd. Go. Yeah. We like Mastodon halberds. We like it a lot. From armor, still not totally. You know what? You know what? Let's rock it. Slabs haven't been so hard to come by. I'm not scared of having to farm them, potentially. The penal handcuffs, I'm still not 100% on. And what else is there? Our pants? Shouldn't we have pants somewhere? Oh, there they are. That's right. He needs Titanite chunks, though.
I'll be around.
Alright. We're pretty ripped now. I hope you guys enjoyed, those of you that love the stats, and I will see you guys next time. Back to the action.